Welcome back to the Catnip Podcast. My name is Grace and today is Monday, June 15th. This is a podcast about knitting, books, baking, and cats, but most importantly knitting because that is what I love to do all day, every day, all the time, whenever I get the chance. If you'd like to follow me on any of my social medias, I have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Ravelry. I am most active on Instagram, so please go follow me over on there. I know that there are a bunch of new subscribers, which I'm very excited about, and I will talk about that in just a moment. But there's also yarn store information. I work at a yarn store. All the stuff that I will be talking about in this episode will be in the show notes, which is on my blog. So if you are on YouTube, the link to my blog will be down below. And then if you're on my blog, everything is already there. I will also continue to link to petitions to be signed for Black Lives Matter issues and places you can donate money. All of that stuff will be linked, so please go do those things and just continue to educate yourself. I am continuing to educate myself. This is important, and this is something that will not go away. It has been going on for an incredibly long time, and it needs to stop. So I have a lot of knitting to show you. So it's been a very busy day. I feel like this is the first time I've been able to sit down and chill. Also, we have a pretty bare face right now. There's mascara and a little under eye concealer going on. Maybe some lip color for some pizzazz. And then long, big, fancy earrings because that always just makes me feel so much better. So I am it's a Monday. There is laundry to be done. This is just real life. This happens. And I realized that the past couple of times I've had glamorous eyeshadow looks on, which has been very fun to do. Didn't have time for that today, and that's okay, because life happens and you just don't have time or you don't feel like doing it. Both of those were the case this morning. So I have treated myself to a Coke because I really need it to power me through the rest of the day. And yeah, so if you like to go grab something tasty to drink, something to snack upon, an animal to snuggle, laundry to fold, something to craft upon. Did I say that? I don't remember. I don't know. But any of those things, all those things, and you can come back and join me for some crafty chat. Also, before moving forward, Sam is still working at home. Sam is my husband, if you are new to this podcast, and pretty sure he's on a work call right now. So if you hear him talking, or if you hear a voice talking in the background, that is what is going on. So, we make it work. We do what we gotta do, and sometimes there's voices in the background, and that's totally okay. So that is not podcast related. Do we have any weather updates? I don't know. It's really hot. I just would really like it to rain. Clouds keep building up and they keep being super puffy and they look like they're gonna rain and they never do, and it's very sad. Sam is doing something with the dishwasher. It's very loud. I don't know if you can hear that. But so if you were unaware, if you have not seen last week's episode, please go and watch it because I share a wonderful giveaway that I am doing with Blue Sky Yarn Company, and this is what you will be winning. One person will be winning. I included, obviously I talked about how you can win this two-skein tea pin bundle. It's wonderful, from Cassie of Blue Sky Yarn Company. You must follow her on Instagram. You must follow me on Instagram. You must subscribe to the podcast, and then you comment on last week's episode or 163. And you let us know what you would like to do with your yarn. And the sun is just gone behind the clouds. How wonderful. So please go enter if you would like to have one chance to win this gorgeous yarn. It is absolutely stunning. I have some for myself that Cassie very kindly sent me, and I have yet to decide what I want to do with it because I have been very distracted with my knitting this week. There's been a lot going on. Just so much is just all the things at once. It seems like it always seems that way, doesn't it? Like it's always quiet and like nothing is going on in any scope of like life really, and then all of a sudden it's like all the things, and it's like, wow, I was not prepared for that, but that's okay. We will get through it. It'll be fine. So giveaway stuff. So because of this giveaway, I have a bunch of new subscribers, and I welcome every single one of you. Thank you so much for entering and commenting and subscribing. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited to put out these podcast episodes for you guys. If you are new here, if you have just joined because of this giveaway, I hope you enjoy this episode. My name is Grace, like I said. A little bit about me. Let's do some fun facts here. That sounds like fun, you know? And who knows, maybe I'll think of something that the old-time, long-time viewers who don't know about me. Also, I am not wearing my regular rings. I wear this ring that's rubbery when I go, when I get sweaty and I work out, so that is why. Fun fact, another fun fact. So yes, my name is Grace. We know this. I've said this 3 times now. I live in Texas. I live in Houston. More specifically, to be more specific, I live in the Tomball area. I am not originally from Texas. I was born in Oklahoma, and then we moved to Texas, Houston, around I was like 11 or 12, I think. I don't actually remember that. Very important fact. I know, like, I do remember it. It's just that it's fled my mind at the moment. My husband is from Houston. He was born and raised here, so there's been lots of there have always been lots of conversations about how I prefer Oklahoma to Texas because that's where I was born. But then obviously that is not greeted with happiness, and lots of jokes about how terrible Oklahoma is and how much better Texas is. But that's okay. That's neither here nor there. Just fun fact. If I could eat pizza for every meal, I would. I love pizza. I think my heart is made out of pizza. I have a cat. He's orange, hence the name of the podcast. The Cat Knit Podcast is named kind of around him. When I was dyeing yarn, my logo has an orange cat in it, and that is my cat, Bertie Wooster. He is named for Bertram Wilberforce Wooster, which is a character in a series of books by P.G. Wodehouse, if you are familiar with him. He writes the best British books. Granted, I know there are a lot of authors out there that are really amazing, but they're just really funny. It's very like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just crazy things that this guy gets into, and like people he doesn't want to marry, and then somehow his butler, or his valet, as Jeeves, his valet says, gets him out of it, and it's very entertaining. So that's what who my cat is named after. What else? I love learning about the weather. I talked about that last week, but I'm terrified of tornadoes. I don't like folding laundry, but I don't mind doing dishes. I would prefer doing dishes than laundry. What about you guys? Do you have a preference? I don't know why I prefer that. I just prefer washing dishes to folding laundry. It's just not my favorite. Anyway, what else? I was homeschooled all the way through to graduating from high school, and then I went to Texas A&M University, which is in Texas, obviously because it's in the name, stating the obvious today. And I majored in international studies with a focus on business, and then I got a minor in French and business because it was easy, and also I took a poop ton of French classes, which is wonderful, so I can relatively speak French, and I can relatively read French and understand French. I can't really write French. Well, no, I can't write French. Speaking is harder for me. Anyway, I don't practice as often as I should. It's been a long time since I really needed it anyway, but I know French. A good amount of French. There's that. Another random fact, I love all colors except for some. There's some shades of yellow that I'm not a fan of, but some shades of green I'm not a fan of, but I usually, like, in general, I just like all colors. But if you were to ask me what my favorite color was, I would say it was purple. I particularly lots of shades of purple, also like the burgundy shades are my favorite. I love those. No, it is not because I went to A&M, which one of their colors is maroon. It's not because of that. I liked it before then, but I do enjoy knitting with it, and it is also nice because then I have a knitted item in my college colors. So fun times. I love reading. I love singing. I love musicals. What are some knitting facts about me? I don't know. I love knitting sweaters. Sweaters and shawls are probably like my top favorite things to knit of all time. I've steeked several times. If you know what that is, that means you basically cut up the front of your knit item and make it into a cardigan, which is mildly terrifying, but definitely doable. So I've done that several times. I love cables, I love color work, I love lace. If I had to rank those, I probably would say color work, cables, lace. Fun fact. I also do a lot of test knitting. We're gonna show you a lot of test knitting today. Not a lot. I have some to talk about. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just randomly mentioned a bunch of things and I don't really know if they were useful or informational or entertaining. Also, like I mentioned, I like singing. I like making random things into songs. I do that quite a lot. I don't necessarily do that on the podcast all the time. I have done it several times, but not all the time. Not as much as I do it in person. That is the key, you know. If you were to ask Sam, how often do I sing things instead of say things? It's a good amount, good percentage, but that's okay. He doesn't mind and he loves me, so he's a good husband. So, random facts about me. Do you prefer washing dishes or do you prefer folding laundry? Please let me know. I know that a fair amount of people who prefer either one, so let us discuss all of this. I also really appreciated all the pattern ideas for the 2 skeins of yarn. There was a lot of brioche suggested, lots of shawls. I loved learning about some new patterns that I had never heard of. Gifts were mentioned, some baby items which would be really awesome. It's very soft, so it would be perfect. So that's very exciting. I really enjoyed reading everybody's comments. There are like 103 comments, which I've never gotten that many comments before. So thank you to each and every one of you for commenting and basically entering and doing all the other things, because you have to do all of those things in order to enter, but I do appreciate all the comments. It's wonderful. So yes, that giveaway ends next Monday, which is the 22nd. That's when I will be recording next, and I will close that. And draw, and then I will announce it when I record, and that podcast will go up that following Wednesday. So the 24th, yes, I think so. There's a plane going by. So, let us continue on with our knitting, shall we? Okay, everyone, I have finished objects, and I have 2 of them. Both are pretty big. Also, how do I there? I have a story time because I haven't already been talking randomly about stuff. Okay, so this. Oh man, everybody, this is my Powder and Dust by Vera Valimaki. It's finally done, and I added pom-poms. I love it. It is so amazing. This is a 3-color triangular shawl with some lace and striping and fading, and it's so snuggly. Yes, I realize I didn't weave that end in. This is my cast on end, otherwise it would have been woven in as I went. I just haven't done it yet. Most of the ends are woven in. Did it when I attached the pom-poms, which I procrastinated about like nobody's business. But you know what? That happens. It's okay. This is fuzzed up, which that's okay. They are supposed to get fuzzed up. I have taken finished object pictures of this, so this is pretty much like 99.5% done because of this end. But I'm just being silly. Yes, I did take finished object pictures with this end hanging in the front quite a lot and had to redo them because there was this end being very visible, which was frustrating, but only my own fault. So, just complaining for no reason. I should have done it beforehand. But I love this so much. This is, excuse me, this first color is Life in the Long Grass. This second color is, I don't remember what the colorway name is, but the second color, this dark, like butterscotchy color, is from Sugar Plum Circus. It is Fancy a Butterbeer. And then this chestnutty color is called Chestnut and is from Peplo Fields. And I don't believe she's dyeing yarn anymore, unfortunately. But I got this yarn for Christmas from Sam. He picked it out for me, which is just very special. And I this so much. I knit this as a fun, like, knit along with a friend. Andrea, she is almost done with hers, I believe. I think she's just got a little bit left to do. And she may have finished it by now. I don't actually know that. So this was super fun. It is a lot of knitting. The rows get incredibly long. But for real though, once you pass this like last lace section, you're just like, I'm so close to being done. I just have some stripes and then some garter stitch. I will say though that I wanted more of this chestnut color, so I definitely went past like the however many repeats you're supposed to do after you finish the last lace section. But that's just because I wanted to get a good stripe sequence before I just knit with the solid chestnut. But I mean, it really didn't change anything. It's just more stitches to cast off and makes your rows significantly longer. But I did get it done. And I love it so much. Powder and Dust by Vera Valimaki. Would highly recommend if you like lace and you like garter stitch and you like playing with color, because this does all those things. It's also just so squishy. I love it. There's something about garter stitch when it gets blocked and it's just, it's so squishy. How many times can I say the word squishy to describe a shawl? It's squishy. It's just very plump. It's very smushy. That's good. It's squishy. So yes, this got finished on Monday? Last Monday. Maybe? I don't remember. It's on my Ravelry page. So taking the pom-pom, or making the pom-poms, putting the pom-poms on, also trimming the pom-poms, I procrastinated terribly on, but that's okay. It's now done. Pictures have been taken. That one end will probably never be woven in, and that's okay. That is totally fine. My second finished object, which was, oh man, let's have a little story time, shall we? It's my Felix pullover, by the way. Let's just say that at the top. I finished my Felix pullover by Amy Christophers. I knit this out of Cascade 220 Superwash Merino, and it is, again, so squishy. See, I sing. It is the softest thing. I want one in every color. Mainly, I really want one in black. I think that would be stunning. So, yesterday, oh man, is this crazy? I feel like this was a crazy thing to do. My hands were very tired at the end of the day, and you're probably like, I don't understand what you're saying because you haven't explained the story to me yet. I do apologize. I'm very all over the place. So, yesterday, around 10:30, something, I picked up the stitches for the first sleeve. And I did say yesterday, and I did say 10:30. And I did say the first sleeve. And as I got started on it, I was like, this is going quickly. I knew it would go quickly, but I just like knitting it, I was reminded of how quickly it was going. And I was like, what if I make it a goal to try and knit both of these sleeves in a day for tomorrow's podcast, so it's done. And I also threw in 2 baby sleeves of a test knit that I'm going to show you in just a moment. But so in reality, I was going to try and knit 4 sleeves in one day, starting at 10:45 in the morning. That did not get done, unfortunately. I did not knit the 2 baby ones. I was just too tired and my hands were exhausted. But I did get a finished sweater out of it, so that's all that really matters. Second sleeve always goes faster, people. It always does. And oh my goodness, this fits so well. This fits so good. I don't remember if I told this story on the body, but I got too excited. I don't remember what I was doing, but I knit like an extra 1.5 inches on the body, and I was like, I think I can make that work. It's okay. I'll just do less ribbing. And then I measured it, and it would have been like significantly way past. So redundant words there. I don't need significantly and way past. Way. It was way past the good cropped length for where my waist is. And where I wanted it to officially like be done, including the ribbing. So I tried to like in my mind make it work, and I tried in my mind to be like, oh, it'll totally be fine. It'll be super cute. I would love that. It'll be great. But as I thought about it, I was like, am I really not gonna take the time to rip out 1.5 inches? I have Scoobies. I can make it. It's very easy. I'm literally just being lazy about this, and I don't want to do it. And it's not like I had to knit anymore. I would like immediately start on the ribbing then. So upon further thinking about it, I did do it. And I did rip it out, and I did the ribbing, and I'm so glad that I did, because if I hadn't, it would not be as cute. The length would not be as cute. So this is technically a raglan style sweater because you have your increases on either side of your sleeve. And it's very brilliantly done with these yarn overs, which is super awesome. And I am making so many more of these. Like, I want to cast them on now. I want striped versions. I think that would be super cute. I just want them all. I love it. It's knit on big needles, goes quickly, can't go wrong. It's like the perfect slouchy cropped sweater. Can something be slouchy and cropped at the same time? I don't know. Does that cancel each other out? I don't know. I feel like it doesn't. Either way. Hello. Big delivery truck. I'm trying to record a podcast and you're being very loud. So, I plan to make more of these. Maybe not right away necessarily because I don't have the yarn that I want to use, because I really, really love how this yarn knit up. The Cascade 220 Superwash Merino. It's just so squishy. And good stitch definition, obviously. Like, I know that this will probably pill somewhat, but I don't really care because I love it. You can take care of pills. It's no big deal. Like, if it would be one thing if it was like a single or something. This will pill slightly, but it's not gonna pill that much. I am so excited. I just want it to be cold so I can wear it, but it's not because it's like 95 outside and very humid. Not gonna wear a sweater. That's okay. Taking finished object pictures of this will be so much fun. Probably I should do that inside because I don't think that would go very well. So yeah, that's the Felix pullover by Amy Christophers. I love it. I can't wait to do more. So that was 2 sleeves in a day. Not even a full 24 hours. Did I mention my hands were tired? Because they were tired. When did I finish? I finished that maybe around 9:15, 9:20 of the second sleeve. So, fun fact, it is possible to knit 2 sleeves in a day when you're knitting on size US 10s. Not cheating. It just goes quickly. And that's wonderful. So in my mind, and I was trying to be like, oh, well, I'll just knit 4 sleeves, because literally I say the word literally all the time, apparently. I already knew that. I just do. Fun fact about me. This is a test knit. This is for skein yarn. This is a duet tee. The duet tee is what it's called. 2 colors. Depending on the size and the length of it that you want, you will either need 2 skeins or 1 skein. My ribbing is rolling up. That's very unfortunate. That's okay. It's awesome. It's also cropped. Yes, I love cropped things. And it's got kind of like a drop sleeve situation. So you can see here. The neck is kind of boat necky a little bit, not super wide, but it's definitely not a small neckline. I think this is the front. There we go. So yeah, I did pick up and I did knit about 1 inch. And I only have 2 inches left, including the ribbing. Could I have really gotten it done? I probably could have, but I was just really tired. And I wanted to stop. And now I'm losing stitches. So this is Hedgehog, I believe, Skinny Singles. I'm not sure of the colorway. This is Madeline Tosh Sock, which I've had in my stash since high school. So, stash busting. And the Hedgehog was given to me, so works out pretty great. I'm very excited about it. It's very happy. The yellow is not few shades of yellow I look good in. And I don't always knit with yellow, and I like always regret not knitting with yellow. I feel like I think that it's something that I, in my mind, am like, oh, I don't want to do that. But when I do it, it's like, oh, why don't I do this more often? Because I love it. And especially when you got stuff like this, it's got like all the happy colors. The yellow's happy, you got the purple, you got the bright pink, you got the neon green, white, orange, pink. Did I say pink? An orangey pink. It's just a happy thing, and it brings me joy, and I can't wait to wear it. And I think this will be a really fun thing to wear in the summer, though it is incredibly hot. It'll be lightweight enough, and obviously it's crop, so it's not like super long. This is a good look. Should do this more often. So yeah, it's cool because of the way that it's constructed. You kind of do the front top and the back top, and then you pick up and you do the bottom. And so because of the way she has it written, you have the seam on the outside. So normally if you were picking up stitches, you would want that edge to be smooth, and so it would look like this, and that's very smooth, but that's on the inside, and that's just because that's what the pattern is. And so we have this nice little fun decorative seam on the outside, and I love that. So I'm very excited to wear it and just see what it looks like. I have tried it on, but when your ribbing flips up all the time, it doesn't look as cute as you think it would, and then you get a little discouraged because your ribbing won't unfold and stay unfolded. So that's a thing. I know there are ways I can fix that, and I also know that blocking will help. So I may also need to just go in and add more rows to it, because that'll also really help. But it's just me being lazy, not wanting to do what I know is the right thing to do. So yes, this pattern is not out yet. I believe it'll be out. Our deadline is the end of June, so no worries there. So the pattern will be out sometime after that. I do know that. So that's very exciting. That is my first test knit. My second test knit is my Hedra Helix pullover, which last time I recorded, I had not attached sleeve to the body of this, and I've done that because I needed my needles. This was a challenge, everyone. I will say this is the most beautiful pattern. This is also a very tricky pattern to, just because of all the brioche and like attaching sleeves and stuff. This is also another one that it's like, ooh, blocking, I really need to block this. This is just, hello, delivery truck. I'm trying to record. Blocking will make a world of difference, and I probably won't really like how it looks on me until I block it. And so that's been a mental thing that I've been working on, of like, it's okay, it doesn't look like how you want it to look right now because it hasn't been blocked yet. Okay, calm down, it's okay. The pattern is really wonderful. This is a pattern written by the Woolly One on Instagram, and this also has the deadline of the end of June. Got the sleeves. It's great. Have I cast on the second sleeve? No. Do I need to do that? Yes, I do. But the way that the first sleeve knit up, I feel like, and because it is my second sleeve, I feel like it will go very quickly, and then I can attach it, and then I can block it and feel much better about it, because it is weighing heavily on my mind, and I don't like that, because knitting shouldn't weigh heavily on your mind, you know? It's a happy thing. Blocking will help. I need to stop worrying about it. Blocking will help, you know? So that is, oh, I'm knitting that out of Barocco Vintage DK in the heathered gray. Hello, we're very close. How are you doing? I'm looking at myself. Hello. That is a thing. And then I didn't really work on either of those two. And I don't know why that one is even in the bag, because I haven't worked on that one at all. So I do have, so I want to cast on a shawl, a 3-color shawl with the skeins of yarn of my Blue Sky Yarn Company. Or Big Sky, excuse me, it's not Blue Sky. Why did I say blue? It's Big Sky. Big Sky Yarn Company, I really want to do that. I just need to firm down the pattern, because that is what you say. Nail down is what I was thinking. Figure out what I'm going to do. I have a list of what I'm thinking about, and I can't remember any of the names, and I know that's really bad podcasting of me, and I do apologize. I do a bad job of not doing research beforehand, unless I really think about it. It's very much a winging situation here. So I want to do that. That's very exciting. I would also like to, I have some other summery tops that I have yarn for that I'd really like to do, that are also knit on big needles, and I think that would be really awesome and very instant gratification, which is always nice. I also, dear everyone, I do have a very big test knit that I will be working on for a long time. But unfortunately it is very secret and I cannot share any of it with you, which is very sad, but also I'm very, very excited. So I just wanted to let you know, if I am like, I just haven't worked on anything else recently and I've just been working on the secret test knit, I may not mention it every week, because there's a lot to do and I need to, I was going to work more on it yesterday, but the 4 sleeves in a day thing was quite the goal. At least I got 2 sleeves done. That's good, you know. And there are some other things I want to cast on, but I also still have languishing lips, because that's still a thing. Like, I threw in this bag, my Fortnum and Mason bag that I carry around the apartment when I'm moving from location to location. Sounds like I go everywhere. I really don't. We don't have a massive apartment. It just makes things easier to carry around. This is my, what is this called? Oh, Sea Vogger by Kate Davies. I threw this in my bag, in this other bag, to just like work on whenever. Oh, this is where my little caramel latte is. And I think, if I remember correctly, I'm actually pretty close to being done with the striping of the body. It's just a very simple pullover. This is one of my biggest pet peeves about knitting: when your ribbing rolls or folds up and will not unfold. I hate that. Hate is a strong word. I don't hate it that bad or that much. It's just very irritating. So I think I'm very close, if not done, with the body, and I needed to like move forward. Unfold. Oh, there we go. This is Knit Picks Stroll Tweed in the rabbit colorway, and the, can I remember? Do I have ball bands? Rabbit and Farmhouse. I always want to call this one Wellies, but Wellies is like black and this is like a dark brown. I also did wind all my cakes into actual cakes of yarn. They were originally balls of yarn and they were for some reason falling apart And I say falling apart, they were getting tangled in my bag. They were just, yarn was slipping off of them, and it was the worst thing ever. So I wound them all into cakes, which is really nice, and now things I can pull from the center like I normally do, and it's really wonderful. So this one has an end that needs to be wrapped. I prefer pulling from the center, except for some cases where I know it would be better to be pulling from the outside. This is totally personal preference. If you like pulling from the outside, more power to you. I love that. That is awesome. I just prefer pulling from the inside. So I like that the ball of yarn like can just stay there. So if you were to, here, let's have a little demonstration. So pulling from the center, right? So you can just set it somewhere and just pull, and it just doesn't move. And I really like that. And so you can set it down, especially when you set things down in your bag, and so it's like sitting there, and you may be like hanging out with someone, and you just have your bag sitting on the ground next to you or in your lap, and you just like pull away, no big deal, nothing gets tangled, it's great. The only downside is you may be more likely to have yarn barf. If you're new to knitting or don't know a lot of knitting terms or whatever, you may be like, what in the world is yarn barf? Yarn barf is when you're pulling from any kind of center pull ball, whether it be like an actual skein or like a cake like I just showed you, like this, or one that's actually wound up. I don't know if I have one too. Oh, like this. This is really good when I have examples. So something that looks like this, opposed to this. So this is a skein or a hank. This is a ball of yarn. I don't know if there's more technical names for this. I'm pretty sure those are the technical names. But if you were to pull, that did not work. If you were to pull from the center of either one of those, of this or this, you could pull out a big chunk of knots. I'm talking about pulling from the center of a yarn ball. Can we please be quiet? Why? And knots, not necessarily like intense knots, like if you like played with it a little bit, it would definitely come apart very easily. Just gets tangled on the inside. That's okay, that happens to yarn all the time. Just happens. Let's focus. Focus. There we go. So yeah, this is Sea Bogger by Kate Davies. This is for sure Languishing Whip. I cast this on over Memorial Day last year. And it is way past Memorial Day now, so yeah, this needs to be worked on. But like I said, I feel like I'm pretty close to moving forward and being able to make good progress. I think I've just set it aside because other shiny things popped up and I was distracted, because I get distracted easily, because it happens, because yarn is pretty and there are awesome patterns out there. So, and I have this, yeah, there's just so many patterns out there right now. I could go on and on, but I won't. So if you look on Ravelry, there's just so many amazing patterns out there. It's just very distracting. Or Instagram. It's a rabbit hole. So that is all the knitting that I really have. I don't really have any baking. I'm currently making barbecue beer pulled chicken for tacos in the crock pot with like an avocado ranch slaw dressing thing. I'm very excited. It smells very good. That's not baking, but I am making that right now. I did have to prep that before I started recording, so that's in the crock pot. I will leave a link to the recipe of that in the show notes. Also, if you are new to the podcast, I read all the time. I'm constantly reading, and I don't always talk about the books that I'm reading on the podcast. And so if you are interested in following what I'm currently reading, or just whatever, you're just interested, you can follow me on Goodreads, which is where I do all my book updates, and I rate books, and sometimes I leave reviews. So you can follow me over there or be my friend, however that works. It's kind of a confusing site, but it does the job. So you can find books and all that jazz and keep track of what you're reading. And that's really awesome. So that is a thing. Is there anything else to talk about? I talked about the giveaway. All my knitting. It's just so much to share. You know? I feel like I'm losing steam, yet there is still laundry to fold. And loads to transfer. Okay, we will not get bogged down in that right now. You know? So, since that is all that I have for you guys this week, hopefully next week I will have some other finished objects. I don't know what they will be. It better be the duet tee, because I literally just have 5 inches at this point to knit. Over 2 sleeves, so I really need to get that done. The brioche thing, I need to figure out what other ones I want to throw into my bag, like the sea vogger. And my mystery test knit, which is pretty exciting. I'm so excited. Anyway, can't talk about that. So, thank you so much for watching this episode. Again, if you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing and commenting last week. I really enjoy reading everybody's comments. Welcome to the Cat Knit family. If you have any questions about anything that I have mentioned or talked about, the links in the show will be in the show notes, but if you just want to send me a message and ask a question, you are more than welcome to. I check my Ravelry pretty frequently, but Instagram is probably the place to contact me if you have any questions. What do I say next? I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you continue to have a wonderful week. If you have crafty plans, I hope that they are successful. I just went over all my crafty plans. I don't know. There may be new cast-ons. I don't. Oh, there will be. I hope so. I need to figure it out. I don't know. What? There's just fun things happening and things need to settle down so you can, or I can, just like enjoy the moment. You know, that made no sense. I think it's time for me to go and fold laundry, my favorite. So social medias, you can follow me any of those places. Goodreads, Pinterest, things I don't always say every week. Ravelry, that's a thing. Show notes, yarn store information, places to donate and sign petitions for Black Lives Matter and other things that are involved in the current situation that will help things get so much better. It is very important that we are involved, raise our voices, say something, say anything. It's very important. So all that will be linked for your, you can access that. I also have a lot of information just in general in my Instagram highlights that I have saved as good resources for a lot of information. So if you want more information, you can go there. I know there is so much more out there. I am not like the pro by any means, because I am still educating myself and learning all the same things that are being learned right now. So it's important. But knitting will continue while we educate ourselves, and we can continue to knit and continue and enjoy just crafting, supporting Black crafters, dyers, designers, all that stuff, and that's really wonderful. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, feel a little frazzled. Started off a little frazzled. Hopefully it was entertaining or enjoyable in some way or form. That's okay, you just put on big dangly earrings and you feel much better. Maybe a little lip color, have a Coke, it'll be fine. Drink some water, stay hydrated, wear a mask, wash your hands. All good things, you know? You know? Anyway, so I have rambled enough and I don't think there's really anything more for me to say. I've showed you all my knitting. So I will be back next week with even more knitting to show you. Hopefully finished objects, maybe cast-ons, I don't know. But we will find out next week when I see you guys next week.